Hello and welcome to another Magic the Gathering video. And we've actually got some pack openings here, actual proper packs here, not pretend packs or digital packs, but the real deal. So I do still try and do pack openings for all of the sets that come out. Although, as you know, I've cut down a little bit on the number of packs. I've weaned myself off of bundles and gone back to good old boosters. But what I was able to do this time is get hold of a pre-release kit, because obviously the pre-release is running as we speak, as this video goes out. And I went down to my local game store, or my local comic store should I say, Giant Robot Comics in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, and bought a pre-release pack, because they're not doing in-store pre-releases at the moment because of COVID. But I was able to just basically buy one and take it home for home use. So bought this, and then they just threw these in. So we've got a promo pack and a welcome booster, which I'm going to crack open first of all before we get onto the main thing. So I'll take a look at this in a moment, but let's open up the welcome booster and the promo pack. Let's open the welcome booster first and just see what we end up with. I'm not sure what the breakdown of these welcome boosters are. It looks like we've got an arena thing going on there. Let's have a look. So what's this fella? Oops. Okay, just basically an ad for F&M. Okay, a few things about the different formats. I think I know how this might be made up. So we've got a foil planes, excuse me, I'm going to focus in a bit just to make sure you can see this okay. So this is a Dawnheart Rejuvenator with the sort of special borders that they do for each set now. So they do alternate artwork in lots of different forms, and one of them is these set specific borders. So it's a 3 in a green, so commons, 2/4 creature, human warlock. When Dawnheart Rejuvenate enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life, tap, add 1 mana of any colour. And that's in foil. We've got the foil Drown Yard Amalgam, also at common. It's a Commander Sphere. And we've got an uncommon here, Blade Stitch Scab, Ardent Elementalist, common. Arlinn, Voice of the Pack, 4 and 2 green, 7 loyalty. Each creature you control that's a wolf or a werewolf enters the battlefield with an additional 1/1 counter on it. -2, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. And then basically we've got, oh, what's this? A little bit of a backstory there. Oh, this is interesting. So they pulled in some, as you can see there, actually, they've pulled in some other sets. So that was from what the spark looks like. Triskaidekaphobia from Shadows over Innistrad, this one. 3 and a black enchantment. So this is our rare. At the beginning of upkeep, choose 1. So we've got modal enchantment. Each player with exactly 13 life loses a game. Then each player gains 1 life. Each player with exactly 13 life loses a game. Then each player loses 1 life. Also another rare, Rally the Ranks from Kaldheim. So 1 and a white enchantment as Rally the Ranks enters the battlefield. Choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1. We've got a rare from Core Set 2019. Sky Fire Phoenix, 2 and 2 red, flying haste. When you cast your commander, return Sky Fire Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's a 3/3, and then we've got a promo for Arena underneath there. So yeah, I don't think I've ever opened one of these before. So it looks like you've obviously got a number of cards from the most recent set, and then a few cards from previous Magic sets. So that's the Commander Sphere is from Commander 21. Actually, that might be I say core set. That could be the Commander product actually. Commander product for 21 and the one for 19. Maybe that's what it is. So interesting mixture there. I thought for a moment there were going to be one or two more of these planes in a different artwork lands in here, but let's have a look at the promo pack, see what's in here. Something else I've not opened. I think these are the ones for giving away as door prizes and various other things. So from the current set we've got a rare here, Unnatural Growth, 1 and 4 green enchantment. At the beginning of each combat, double the power and toughness of each creature you control until end of turn. We've got Play with Fire, single red, play with fire deals 2 damage to any target. If a player is dealt damage this way, scry 1. You can see it's like a slightly different frame on here. And then we've got Thieving Skydiver. It's 1 and a blue. It's another rare. It's 2/1 creature merfolk rogue with kicker X. X can't be 0. Flying when Thieving Skydiver enters the battlefield. If it was kicked, gain control of target artifact with converted mana cost X or less. If that artifact is an equipment, attach it to Thieving Skydiver. And then we have an arena code. Right. Okay, so let's open up this. Here we go, so the main event, this is our pre-release pack. So we've got spin down counter, regular size. I think that's it, I'm just checking to make sure, no, that's a sealed off area there, but I don't think there's anything else in there. Obviously your deck can go back in there. There's a promo code for an arena in there. We've got artwork divider. And then some instructions about how to build a pre-release deck. A little bit of artwork there. It's in our special little package here. Let's have a look. That's a little bit of pre-release artwork, or should I say stamp there. So, Fateful Absence, 1 and a white, instant destroy target creature or planeswalker its controller investigates. And we got the day and night card. And I recently did a video where I did a set musings about this particular set. So if you want to know a little bit more about the set generally, watch that. In that video there's also links which explain the whole day-night thing. You can see on here, it goes into a bit more detail. Day, if it becomes day or night, or if a day-bound permanent enters the battlefield, track day or night for the rest of the game. As it becomes day, transform all night-bound permanents. If a player casts no spells during their own turn, it becomes night next turn. And in the night side, as it becomes night, transform all day-bound permanents. Permanents enter the battlefield night-bound. If a player casts at least 2 spells during their own turn, it becomes a day next turn. So you can use this as an indicator for the game. Then we've got a number of cards here because there are double face cards in the set. So obviously that has challenges in terms of how you put them in your deck, how you deal with them, and depending on how you sleeved it and whether the other side, the other face, is visible through the sleeves, then you may have to use these instead with the card written on, and then substitute it once it's in play, just for the purposes of being in the deck until it gets into play. So no special boosters here. They're all just draft boosters. It's interesting, they feel pretty weighted. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think there's additional stuff in here. I think the breakdown of the pack's a bit different because there will probably be a certain amount of double-sided cards in here. I did see something online, actually it's not on here, that actually explained the makeup of the packs for this set. Okay, so we'll start off with our common. We've got Hedge Witch's Mask, so it's single white. Looks pretty straightforward, no special abilities on here. So what I'll do is I'll flag up the special abilities as I go along, even though obviously I've already done a set musing, so I will have explained some of the themes and mechanics in the set. So 2 and 2 blue, this Thieves Cover-Ups, counter target spell. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. You may shuffle it up to 4 target cards from your graveyard to your library. Vampire Interloper, 1 on the blacks, 2/1 vampire, and it can't block. Duel for Dominance, 1 on the green. So this has Coven or Coven on it, however you want to say that. Choose target creature you control and target creature you don't control. If you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, put a +1/+1 counter on the chosen creature you control. Then the chosen creature fight each turn. So what you'll notice with the Coven is they take a sort of regular ability or a spell and introduce this extra thing, this extra caveat, which looks and checks for the powers on your creatures. And if there are 3 or more creatures with different powers, then you get to do that additional thing. If there aren't, then you don't get to do it. Pax Betrayal. Okay, so we've got one at common here with that alternate border. It's Candlegrove Witch. It's a 1 and a white creature, human warlock, 2/2 with Coven on it. So for this one, it's giving flying if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers. So that's the sort of thing I'm talking about. Brimstone Vandal's got Menace on it. We've seen Menace before in other sets. That's not unique to this set. Organ Hoarder, 3 in a blue. Nope. Nothing specific to that set on here. Flashback is in the set. Although again we've seen Flashback before, so Homestead Courage is a sorcery with Flashback on it. So you can cast the card from your graveyard with the Flashback cost and then you exile it. And it's the same cost here as the original casting of the card. Okay, so here's a card with Nightbound on it. This is Tavern Smasher. It's a creature werewolf, 6/5, and so there's going to be a daybound side on it, which is Tavern Ruffian. And you can see it just reminds you about what switches between daybound and nightbound. So they'll be constantly switching backwards and forwards in the course of a game. Necrosynthesis. So we're moving on to uncommons. Thermo Alchemist. Chaplain of Arms. So this has a day side and a night side. It's got first strike on it. It has ward 1. Whenever this creature becomes a target spell or ability, an opponent controls counter it unless that player pays 1. And it has Disturb on it, which is 3 and a white. You may cast this card from your graveyard transformed for its Disturb cost. And if you do that, there you go. So it has flying, first strikes, 2/1. Each creature you control has ward 1. And if Chapel Shieldgeist would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. Pithing Needle's in the set. So there's a reprint. It's a rare. Single to cast. Single of any colour. Single mana of any colour. As Pithing Needle enters the battlefield, you choose a card name. Activate abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. So here's our artwork for the set. So there's, I believe, 2 pieces of artwork for each of the colours of the banner. This is the swamp one. You can see it's like a grayscale artwork. And then we have a clue token, because clues are a thing in the set, and one of these cards for double-sided cards. So you can deal with that. I'm trying to even remember the original set for Pithing Needle. I can't remember. It was a while ago. Bounding Wolf. Thraben Exorcism. Drownyard Amalgam. It's got Mill on it. Blood Pact. Pestilent Wolf. It's got Death Touch. Stolen Vitality. Eccentric Farmer. Oh, another thing with Mill. Clarion Cathars. Raise the Effigy, which is modal. So you get to choose one of those. Okay. So we have a Woken Demon and Ecstatic Awakener on our day side. So that's how you get to transform it into a Woken Demon. Phantom Carriage. So we're moving on to our uncommons. Winterthorn Blessing, which has also got flashback on it. Cathartic Pyre. It's modal. And our rare is also legendary. So we've got Tovalar Dire Overlord, 1 red green 3/3 legendary creature human werewolf. Looks like it's a day and night card here, so double faced. Whenever a wolf or werewolf you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 or more wolves and or werewolves, it becomes night. Then transform any number of night human werewolves you control. Daybound. Goes into Tovalar, the Midnight Scourge. 4/4 legendary creature werewolf. Whenever a wolf or werewolf you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. X red green. Target wolf or werewolf you control gets +X/+0 and gains trample 10 in return. Nightbound. Our planes in the grayscale artwork, and one of those day and night cards, and then a double face card. I'm assuming if there's going to be a double face in one in each pack, then you're going to get one of those. In case you need it. Okay, so we're starting off with Jack-o'-lantern. We have a larder, a larder zombie. Novice Occultist. Harvest Tide Sentry with Coven on it. Neonate's Rush. Startle. It's got Decayed on it. So let's take a look at this. It's 1 and a blue, instant target creature gets -2/-0 until end of turn. Create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decay. It can't block. When it attacks, sacrifice it at the end of combat. And we've also got draw a card on here, stapled to that. Gavany Silversmith. Festival Crasher. Shadow Beast Sighting. It's got flashback on that. Basically token creation at sorcery speed there. Okay, another card with which is double faced. Dire Strain Brawler. So this is the night side. Vigilance. And it's just again just reminding us about this Nightbound trigger. And then the day side with the Daybound trigger. It's got Vigilance. It's a 4/5 creature human werewolf. Foul Play, which has Investigate on it. Root Coil Creeper. Bit of graveyard shenanigans there. Covert Cut Purse with Disturb on it. So you can transform, so Covert Cut Purse comes into Covetous Geist. And we've got another legendary creature, an ooze. Sloggearth the Overslime. 1 green blue legendary creature ooze. It's a 3/3. Has trample. Whenever a land card is put into your graveyard from anywhere, put a +1/+1 counter on Sloggearth the Overslime. Remove 3 +1/+1 counters from Sloggearth. Return it to its owner's hand. When Sloggearth leaves the battlefield, return up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard to your hand. We have a Swamp. Yeah, Beast Token, and yep, one of those double face card things. Okay. So, no mythic yet, but 2 legends. Okay. Another flashback card. We've got Rotten Reunion, also has Decayed, generating tokens on here. There's 2/2 black zombie creature tokens with Decay. Bounding Wolf. Thraben Exorcism. Drowneyard Amalgam. Mill on that one. Blood Pact. Pestilent Wolf. Search Party Captain. Lambholt Harrier. Locked in the Cemetery. Okay, here we go. Here's our good old Daybound, Nightbound double face card. Hookhaunt Drifter. 1/2 flying. If Hookhaunt Drifter would be put into graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. And on the other side, we've got a Bait Hook Angler. It's Disturb. So, 2 and a blue, you may cast this card from your graveyard, transform for its Disturb cost. Dissipates in here, so that common. Putrefying Dragon. Oh, another one with the set specific borders. This is Spellroom Painter, 2 and a red. 2/3 creature, human, shaman, werewolf. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Spellroom Painter gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And on the other side, we have Spellrune Howler. Creature werewolf, 3/4. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Spellrune Howler gets 2/2 until end of turn. And our rarest Can't Stay Away. White and black. Sorcery. Return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains if this creature would die. Exile it instead. Also has flashback on it for 3. White, black. We've got a mountain here. And welcome to Arena. And another double face card indicator. So. So a bit of some artifact here actually. I nearly said equipment, but it's actually an artifact. Otherworldly Gaze has flashback. Olivia's Midnight Ambush. Howl of the Hunt. Abandon the Post with flashback. Geist Wave. Gavany Trapper. Voldaran Stinger. Hobbling Zombie. Another card that creates tokens. Stalking Predator. So on this side we've got Menace, Creature Werewolf, it's a 4/4 with Nightbound, and on the day side Shady Traveller, 2 and a black, 2/3 with Menace and Daybound. Creature Human Werewolf. Gavany Dawnguard. Well, that's pretty wordy text on there. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card with mana value 3 or less from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Also has Ward 1 on it, and if it's neither day nor night, it becomes day as Gavany Dawnguard enters the battlefield. Join the dance. Broodweaver. Okay, we do have a mythic. I wondered when that was going to happen. Hostile. It's a land, tap, add, colourless, 1 and tap, sacrifice a creature. Put a soul counter on hostile. And then if there are 3 or more soul counters on it, remove those counters, transform it, then untap it. Activate only as a sorcery. And it goes over to a 3/7 creeping in artifact horror construct. Whenever creeping in attacks, you may exile a card from your graveyard. If you do, Each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is a number of creature cards exiled with Creeping In. 4 Creeping In phases out. Oh, that's right, yeah, phasing is a thing in this set. Interesting. Got a planes and, oh look, a 2/2 zombie token. Oh, and a double-faced indicator card. Right. Right. Arrogant Outlaw. It's our last pack now. Return to Nature. It's a modal instant. Celestus Sanctifier, I think that is. Competent Collector, which is a homunculus. Another card that cares about being day or night. Crawl from the Cellar. It's got flashback on it. Timberland Guide. Got Candle Trap with Coven. Ardent Elementalist. Dawnheart Rejuvenator. So in this pack, our double face is Morning Apparition. It's a creature, Spirit Soldier. It's a 2/1. Flying Vigilance. If Morning Apparition would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. And then, yep. You can normally tell the ones that have Disturb on them because they don't have the day-bound, night-bound thing. It's got Vigilance, Disturb for 3 and a white. You may cast this card from your graveyard, transform for its Disturb cost. Fading Hope. Rite of Oblivion, so another card with flashback. Mysterious Tome. 2 tap, draw a card, transform it into what? Chilling Chronicle. And 1 tap it. On that permanent, transform Chilling Chronicle. You can flip it backwards and forwards. Oh, we have here. So we have Gisa, Glorious Resurrector. And it's got the that sort of monochrome style artwork that you see on the lands. It's 2 and 2 black. It's a rare legendary creature, human wizard. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. At the beginning of your upkeep, put all creature cards exiled with Gisa Glorious Resurrector onto the battlefield under your control. They gain Decayed. And we have a land in that same style. A zombie token, and oh yeah, surprise, surprise. So there we have it. That's some pretty interesting pulls there. So we got our mythic. We've got, so yeah, 3 legends. What was that? Let me just go back over that actually. So 3 legendaries. So what were our rares? So that was our mythic, Creeping In. So I didn't stack these too good. We had, that was our other rare, Can't Stay Away. I'm just focusing on the rares here. Oops, wrong way around. We have Sloggearth, the Overslime, which was another one of our legends. And Tovalar Dire Overlord was another legend. And then we had that Pithing Needle. That was it. So, yeah, that was it. Because somewhere in amongst this, there was also or was it another? Anyway, yeah, I'm sure there was There was a Planeswalker, but like a lower level one. Not that it really matters, but that was at a lower rarity. It wasn't in the rare slot. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope that wasn't too confusing. So yeah, that was just one of the pre-release packs. As you can see, basically it's just 6 regular draft boosters in there, but plus you get that little pack with the a few extra bits in it, like the actual pre-release card and the night and day, and 3 more of these double face cards just in case, because as you saw there, it's quite possible to get more than one double face card in a pack. Once again, thanks for watching. Bye for now.